Soft field takeoffs aren't difficult to perform. The only issue is remembering what the procedure is and not to confuse them with short field takeoffs. The first question should be, what is a soft field? Well, obviously a takeoff surface that is soft sand, muddy, or is covered with unmowed grass would qualify as a soft field. But for takeoff purposes, we would also consider a hard surface that is rocky or rough to be treated as if it was soft. Soft fields present us with two issues. First, a field that is truly soft will be difficult to maneuver in and we might even get stuck. The second thing is that a very rough surface might cause damage to the landing gear and maybe even throw up rocks into the bottom of the airplane. Here's the most critical piece of airplane structure where soft fields are concerned: the nose wheel. It's one of the weakest moving parts and can be easily damaged. During soft field operations, we want to keep as much weight off the nose wheel as possible during taxiing and get it off the ground as quickly as possible during the takeoff roll. During a check ride or even a flight review, your performance at this maneuver will be based on the Airman Certification Standards. Now, many of the items aren't unique to soft field technique, and you'll do them on every takeoff. These include things like verifying ATC clearance if you're at a towered field, ensuring that you're on the right runway, and determining crosswind and aircraft performance. Here are the ACS items that specifically relate to soft field takeoffs. Ensure that the aircraft is properly configured. This will be based on the soft field takeoff specs identified in your POH or AFM. In most cases, this refers to a specific flap setting. Taxi into takeoff position without stopping. On a soft, muddy, or overgrown field, this may prevent you from getting stuck. Continue moving and add takeoff power. Establish a pitch attitude that will transfer the airplane's weight from the wheels to the wings as rapidly as possible. And like we just said, get the weight off the nose wheel. Lift off at the lowest possible airspeed and remain in ground effect as you accelerate. Once an adequate airspeed has been reached, leave ground effect and climb out at VX until any obstacles are cleared. During a check ride, if there are no real obstacles straight ahead, consider an imaginary obstacle that is tree height. Look at the trees left or right to determine when you've cleared that altitude. Say out loud, "Obstacles cleared," so that your examiner knows that you've made that determination. Once your obstacles, real or imaginary, have been cleared, slightly lower the nose to allow the airplane to accelerate to VY, the best rate of climb airspeed. Be careful not to lower it too quickly. You must maintain a positive rate of climb during the entire departure sequence. Okay, let's run through this again. Set the aircraft flaps as specified in your POH or AFM. Taxi onto the runway and keep rolling. Don't stop. Apply back pressure to keep the weight off the nose wheel. Rotate into ground effect as quickly as possible. Accelerate while remaining in ground effect. When adequate airspeed has been reached, climb out at VX until obstacles are cleared. Then, continue to climb at VY. Done properly, this is how it looks. Okay, let's review. The purpose of a soft field takeoff is to prevent the aircraft from becoming mired down in a soft surface or to protect the airplane's landing gear from a rough or rocky surface. A common mistake that pilots make during a check ride or flight review is to confuse the steps in a soft field takeoff with those of a short field takeoff. They're very different. Make sure to familiarize yourself with all of the skill items in the ACS, but in particular, here's your summary.